Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today a new video about Final Fantasy XIV. This is patch 6.15 and we will be doing on this video the Arkasodara Tribe unlock and first quest. So we will see that right now. I was on my my sage, but maybe I can do that with another job. I will do that with my warrior actually. The reason to that is because I will get experience point for the quest. So I have to talk to Kankana, I believe. Let me check that. I think there is a... Okay. So I am on Taverner, Yetli Mad. Yetli Mad Iserite X 25.3 right 31.2, and we have to start this quest. The Matanga along the way. Ready to take another job then? This one was registered by a local fisherman, asking for help with marauding monsters. Originally, the Radiant Host keeps the worst of the wildlife in check, but these days there just haven't been enough blades to spare. You'll want to speak with the fisherman himself for the details. I couldn't read the scroll he left for a name, but he's an Arkasodara and should be found fishing the waters from the western shore. Wait, another Matanga? I don't see the NPC. Where is the NPC? Anyway, Qyorria, you could always use more coin, yes? Because I could certainly benefit from your wise and experienced company. A fine pair of hunters we shall make. Come, let us speak with this Arkasodara fisherman. Okay. I will take my mount somewhere. Let's take... Oh, I know. For this quest series I want... Where is it? Where is that mount? Oh. Let's take an elephant. Married. So we have to go check that NPC, a fisherman. Okay, the NPC I was looking at was this one. Looking for, I mean. So we have to talk to this one. Come to take care of monsters, have you? About damn time. We are fine when we are out of the water. We are out on the water, of course, but even a fisher needs to walk on land every now and again. And the trails grow more perilous by the day. I managed to sneak through without a scratch so far, but friends of mine haven't been so fortunate. Talk to the others around here, they'll tell you. I might need your help with that, Qyorria. Speaking with Arkasodara is still challenging for me. Should we do this together then? Yes? Fine, good idea. Okay, so she's accompanying me. We have a link fisher here. You want to hear about monsters? I saw 3 break broids on my way from Akali to Yetli Mad. Never seen the like around this path before. Okay. Does she say anything? I wonder what fish might be caught here. Do they taste good when you salt them and sear them over a flame, like we do back home? Yeah, that's really typical. Or you want a story? When I left Qyorria the other day, I must walk straight into a fiend with a tongue as long as my arm. Barely escaped being gobbled upon the spot. Okay. And we have a last one, a conflicted fisher. Attacked by his wildlife, oh yes. While I was hauling a catch back to town, dropped the lot and fled for my life. The road used to be safe enough, but now... Okay. So yeah, they all have been attacked from Akali to Yelimad, so on this road. Oh, we have a cutscene. So, do you understand now why we had to send for help? I understand that you have a problem with long-tongued birds terrorizing your hordes. Those creatures are what we call Pisaka. Without the army sending out regular patrols, it seems the inland monsters have begun expanding their territories. They have forgotten their fear of us, and that's when people start dying. I need you to remind them. Once you have found and slain these overly bold Pisaka, I ask that you bring me one of their carcasses. There is something I've been curious about. Very well, let us make of this contest, shall we? The first to topple a Pisaka is the victor. Okay. Never seen anyone so eager to throw herself headlong into a Pisaka's jaws. Shouldn't you be chasing after her? Of course. So let's see, we have to kill a monster, it seems. I wonder what a Pisaka is. First kill is mine. Grandmother always said that the hunter should be swift, like a diving eel. Would you mind tracking down the other two? Once they saw what I did to their friends, they fled to the northwest. I can order the slump back to the beach while you finish the hunt. You would be alone with an Arkasodara. My fear of Matanga has begun to somewhat. Now go before some other postal crosses path with those monsters. Okay, let's see. We have to kill this crocodile thing. Okay, so back to the Arkasodara fisher. Let's see how it goes. Ah, there you are. Your friend is stronger than she looks. We had to load the carcass onto a boat to carry it away. What of the Pisaka's pack mates? Did you find them? Of course. Both slain then, that is good. Of course she slew them. Songs of Qyorria's deeds are sung across the steppe. My hatching arms would like to know why you wanted the remains, though. Why else? To make use of its parts. The scales can be spun into silver, and the meat will fill our pots. The bones and teeth we can craft into hooks and other tools. We kill nothing for the sake of killing, even murderous monsters. The two bodies you left behind will serve as a warning to the others of their kind. If it keeps them away, then no more blood would need to be shed. It seems all tribes share similar customs when it comes to using every part of the kill. As grandmother always said, be not wasteful of the lives you take to sustain your own. You are so very different from your kin, the Gajasura. Oh, so that's why you have been avoiding my gaze. If your only experience with Matanga, has been our brutal cousins, then you'll find Arkasodara an agreeable lot by comparison. Might even make a few friends, eh? Here is your payment, and well earned, I'd say. Another job finished. We should report to Kankana. That she might strike it from her list. Let me know when you are done basking in the success of your hunt, and we can return to get mad. Okay. Ogul repays her favors. Okay. Ready then? I've been counting the contents of my compares. I have enough to buy passage on a ship, but as for food and other supplies, well, I would feel more comfortable with the pay from one more job. Weighing down my belt, you can see me through just one more, yes? At the very least, let us make a report to Kankana and ask what else she has on offer. Come, show me how fleet of foot you are, champion. Okay. That's an interesting aura. I like her. So we have to go back to Kankana, the first NPC of this quest series. And we have a cutscene. Okay. Qyorria, safely back from your work on the shore, I see. But where is Ogul? My conpurs. Some slippery son of a zoo snatched it from me. Brazen as you please. I lost sight of him in the market along with all my worldly wealth. How am I to pay him for lodging or food? Already my bake riser in protest. Oh, you poor thing. And after all the good work you have done for us, you will stay with me tonight, I insist. You take me in? I saw that. You look me right in the eye. Finally warming up to us, Arkasodara, are you? I can barely see you through the tears, but yes, maybe now I can stand to be in the same room as a Matanga. Some of them, anyway. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, and I'll lend you a few coins as well. We can't have you running around without a shield to your name. Thank you. In fact, why don't we head to my house now, and we can feed that complaining belly of yours. You're more than welcome to join us, Qyorria. Of course. Free meal. I can't say no to a free meal. So let's go see that. I also want to check something. Okay. Oh, that's a house. Okay. That's small. Oh, Qyorria, something terrible has happened. I've been robbed. We saw a boy jumping out of the window as we approached, and when I looked inside, all my belongings has been turned inside out. Ogo set off in pursuit of the thief, but hasn't returned. Do you think you could catch up with her and see if everything is alright? I'll look her up here, and you can meet me back at my offices when you have found her. Okay, we have a thief going around. Wait, is that what I think? No, okay. Because you see there are NPCs that way. Dang, I lost him again. I swear, it was the same Qyorrian boy who made off with my campus. His size, his clothing, it all matches. I was willing to cut my losses and earn more gil, but this insult to my host, it will not stand. Grandmother always said to repay one's favor, and by the dusk, mother, I mean to do just that. Will you help me find justice for Kankana? Of course. Then we start by asking around for more information. I have a feeling we are not the only ones who have fallen a fool of this thieving urchin. The swifter we act, the better our chances, yes? I say we split up, gather what clues we can, then meet back here at Kankana's offices. Okay. We have to find information about a Qyorrian. Johan. This is second-hand information, mind you, but I hear that the thief you are looking for is barely more than a child. Sad, isn't it? How devil things have become that a young boy is forced into a life of crime just to survive. Okay. So that's one done. There was another robbery. I wonder if it's the same boy I found in my house the other day. He yelled that he was sorry, and when I saw the desperation on his face, I didn't have the urge to chase after him. Okay, that's definitely weird. Where is the last one? I did one this way. Not here. Oh, okay. The recent rush of pickpocketing? Oh yes, I've heard several stories. They say it's likely the work of the same criminal. Okay, we didn't learn anything, just there are more robberies than just you. That's an interesting start of a quest line. Well, champion, what have we discovered? The hotel was a Formula One, and what I heard from the local children was even more disturbing. They tell me a man, a stranger, approached them with the promise of work and easy coin. I have no proof this offer is connected with the recent robberies, but it does seem suspicious. And if this stranger truly is recruiting young ones to steal for him, then he is the one I would punish for these crimes. We just need to find him first. Razatan closing its gate left many struggling to make a living, and the appearance of the ghastly tower sparked a chain of events that still, as the radiant ore spread too thin onto many fronts. Under the circumstances, a rise in crime is to be expected. We are fortunate then to have the two of you here to act on behalf of our law keepers. So please accept this as a payment. We cannot expect you to work on an empty stomach. Okay. So we'll take the next quest. A new hand begins. Come, we must track down the one behind all this. But we are still not sure if the stranger is actually involved in the robberies. Let alone where to start looking for him. There is a simple way to find it. We lure our boy safe into stealing from me again. If what we suspect is true, then he will likely take any ill-gotten gains directly to his patron. So I will play the part of an unguarded traveler flaunting evil purse or some such. Qyorria, you keep watch for the little pickpocket. And be ready to follow him when he makes his move. Should he lead you to some shadowy figures, and I want you to hear them both to the west. I will circle around and be lying in wait to swing an ambush. That's really quite clever, Hoggle. I'm impressed. Grandmother always said if you want to catch the big fish, don't spare the bait. The same idea applies to slippery criminals. Right then, let us take our places in the town square and lay the trap for our quarry. I will try to make the lure something obvious so you can see it begin stolen from afar. Okay, interesting. Is it an active thing or? Okay. He was looking for a new robbery thing. I like how obvious it is. Wow. He's an expert. I don't think I'm really sneaky with that armor. Okay. Oh. That's an Arkasodara. Let's see. Oh, you're a proper little scoundrel, aren't you? Nice work, I'll find the rest of the goods, and then you'll get your cut. What? God damn it. Rakashir, I told you to check for tails. You want your family to learn of your arrangement, no run. Okay. The robbers have fled westward. Chase after them. Okay, let's go. Do I have to... Shady Arkasodara. Use it called Whimpers. Okay. I apologize, Qyorria. I intended to circle around as planned, but when I heard or yelled at the child, my rage could not be contained. Grandmother always said those who prey on the weak are undeserving of mercy, so I beat him senseless. Full of a mad anger, when he awakes, he will find himself in the custody of the Radiant Host. Miss, I am sorry you got hurt because of me, and I'm sorry for taking your belongings. I apologize accepted, young woman. It is a brave thing to admit when you are wrong. Let me explain the situation to your lawkeepers, and we can steer you back onto the right path. If you say so, miss. I will carry this refuse to the nearest guardhouse. I inform Konkana of our success. Okay. So back to Yedlin Mad. Another cutscene? Oh, well. Is everything alright? Tell me what happened. All is well. They began interrogating the man before I left, and he was blubbering about where he stashed his stolen goods. The soldiers planned to recover the cash and return the items to their rightful owners. Praise be to the sisters, there were certain personal articles, things very dear to me, that I had thought lost forever. Oh, I should also mention Hakashir, our boy thief. It seems his parents were out of work and begging for scraps. These were crimes of necessity. And after seeing the considerable remorse he showed for his action, I decided to let him keep the coin he took from me, as well as my share of the reward from the Radiant Host. As grandmother always said, children are the greatest treasure of all. I can hardly let him and his family starve now, can I? You are right back where you started. I can earn it back again easily enough, and since I have tamed my fear of the Arkasodara, there is no need to rush. I will take my time and explore all the wonders this island has to offer. Sorry. Thank you, Qyorria, for staying at my side this long, but I think I continue on alone. Speaking of which, Konkana, have you any new tasks available? Ah, my dear Ghoul, I have the perfect job for you. I actually have business with the employer myself. So we can head off together if you like. Bye bye. There you go, Qyorria. I don't forget on your for the reward. May your adventure be many and you are successful. Nice. Okay, that's one quest done. Now I suppose I have to go and clear that quest. Now I'll check. Stepchild and what's in a pound. So yes, I have to do that quest. Too late. Oh, excuse me, did you need something? Wait, you are here, the very woman who saved Maven's child. Qyorria, was it? I knew it. I'm Yezan, an alchemist of the Great Work. I am but one of the few who are looking after the child as she makes her recovery. Maven and Qyorria were dear friends of mine. Thank you for everything you have done for their daughter. Her condition is on the mend, I'm sure you'll be glad to hear. You have been taking turns checking in on her. The last thing she needs is a gaggle of adult fussing over her day and night. That being said, when she is healed fully, there is a question of who will be in charge of her care. For the love I bore her parents, I would gladly take her in as my own, but that would mean raising her away from her home. Moreover, I am yet to be wed, and my duties consume so much of my time, I can scarce focus on my own care. Let alone that of a growing child, I doubt my ability to give her the love she deserves, love equal to that her parents gave her. She deserves better than that, so I've considered finding someone more suitable. It's the least I can do, and truth be told, perhaps the best option. Even so, although I was born here, much of my life was spent at the Great Work. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea who to ask, even if I had the time to do so. You, however, seems to be well loved among the people here. Could you ask around in my stead? It would be a much more effective use of my time to prepare medicine for the wounded and sick. I apologize for imposing such an enormous task upon you, but I would trust no one else with it. When you have finished, come to my hut, to the source of this settlement, and we can discuss any potential parental candidates. Okay, we have to find parents. That's weird. Is there anybody here? No. Let's try it here. None that over the quite like Yezan, but I understand alchemy isn't a merciful trait for a parent. Still, there is no one else that comes to mind when I consider the question. I'd volunteer to take her in myself, but with the chaos of the recent event, it's difficult enough to see that me and mine are fed and closed. I know I'm not the only one facing such hardship either. Okay. Who do I think is most suitable to care for the child? Yazan is the obvious choice, dependable, loyal, and dutiful. Every quality you would desire in a parent. I know he does become so absurd in his research, but that devotion has made him a peerless alchemist. Who better is there to look after someone so sickly as her? This person is right. Where is the last one? Not here. It seems to be this way. No. No. Oh. If you ask me, Pazarin is the most motherly among us. She had a child of her own not too long ago, so I reckon there is no better to be a wet nurse. That being said, times have been troubled for us all. It might be unseemly to ask her to take on such a burden unless she was willing. Okay. Welcome to my humble workshop, Qyorria. I'm almost not too nervous to ask, but what did the other say? Someone nominated me. Well, that's neither here nor there. You said Pazarin's name was mentioned. She was a good friend of Mevan, it's true, but there are other factors at play that make me reticent to ask her. Simply put, I'd rather not burden her further if it can be avoided. That being said, we don't exactly have the luxury of choice, all things considered. I suppose I would be remiss if I didn't at least speak with her. I owe the child that much. Will you accompany me, Qyorria? Supportive presence by my side would help me find the right words. Pazarin should be nearby, doubtless watching over our own child. I must deliver this medicine before speaking with her, so please go ahead. Yes, Anne. It's so good to see you. And who is with you? Pazarin met Qyorria. She is the hero who saved Mevan and Kerasav's daughter. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Thank you for your bravery. I've heard tell of the trouble she's been through since. I hope that you are able to see her return to live soon. It has been trying, to be sure, but we must look forward to the day she is out. Everyone is doing their utmost to make it so. The question remains as to where she will go from there. However, I've considered taking her into my home, but I fear my qualifications as a parent are somewhat lacking. I know you two have been a dear friend of Mevan as such. Only through only thought it meet to ask if you are willing to take care of your daughter. If you are, I would do everything in my power to see that she is given into your care. I am flattered. Mevan was as family to me, and I view her child as my own. I would do anything to see her raised into as brave a woman as her mother. However, I cannot care for her. I'm not worthy to care of her. Worthy? What does that? I may apologize. I understand it was a sudden request, and no small one besides. Please forgive me the imposition. I'll be in the village for some time yet. Should you require treatment for you and yours, please seek me out. I will, thank you, Yazan. I will speak with you further, Qyorria. Let's return to my dwelling. Oh. Someone was listening to us. I wasn't too forceful, was I? I simply asked if she was willing. I didn't mean to make her feel obligated to agree. I found her words somewhat mystifying, not worthy. What could that mean? I'm usually not one to pry, but this worries me. I consider Pazarin a friend, and I am loath to leave her to her trouble. And there is still the matter of the child. I shall have to think of what to do from here. I may need your help again soon, Qyorria, if you are willing. Okay. Well then, if you are willing, I have a task that requires immediate attention. It's simple but essential, namely, the gathering of herbs. The child is in a vulnerable state, and I would fortify her against further sickness. There are also more wounded in this village than I had anticipated, and my stores have begun running low. It would be best to replenish them while time affords an opportunity. Can I count on you to help me? Splendid. I require several of the reddish soma herb, which grow among the shrubbery to the northeast. With both of us working in tandem, I wager we should have enough gather before the next bell. Okay, one down. Back to Yazan. I saw the Qyorria emerge from the brush, but you failed them before I had a chance to be frightened. I'm glad you survived unscattered. If that has been me. Anyway, did you manage to find Soma? Excellent work. My search came out fruitless. It appears we are not the only ones seeking for this particular herb. Shouldn't come as a surprise, I suppose. This area is well known for the medicinal plant which grow here. If my supplies run low once more, perhaps I should ask the villagers if they have any to spare. For now, I believe we have found all we can. Let's return to Palaka's stand. As I expected, As I suspected, we weren't the only ones searching for the jungle. I returned to my quarters to find a bag positively stuffed to the brim with herbs, including some in fact. I asked a nearby colleague who delivered this bounty, and they told me it was one of the Arkasodara stewards. I believe I know who it is. Her name is Sula, a shy one, but obviously kind of hurt. I spied her eavesdropping during our conversation with Passarin. Poorly, I might add. I apologize for asking more of you at the end of a trying day, but would you speak with her for me? Offer her thanks for the herbs and perhaps find out if she knows anything of Parasen's troubles. For my part, I'll begin synthesizing the medicine at once. Sula should be somewhere nearby. I pray you have a productive conversation. Oh, you are. I mean, who are you? Do you require something from me? Yeah, I came upon them while hunting, nothing more. I have heard that the medicine made from them is effective in treating the ailments of young children. It seems only me that I should do my part as it were. What do you know of Pazarin's troubles? I owe that well, yeah, yes, you saw me. Very well, I believe I can shed some light on the root of Parson's distress. That is what you wish to hear, yes? He didn't ask you to speak with me, just as he asked you to gather his herbs. Yes. Well then perhaps it is best for us to all speak together. Go to him and allow me some time to gather my thoughts. I shall approach you when I am ready. Of course. You are just in time. I only just finished synthesizing the medicine. So, did Sula tell you anything of interest? Well. I suppose I can hear it straight from her. I appreciate that you felt it fit to include me. Firstly, I owe you an apology. I was thinking about out of concern for Pazarin. I know what it is that weighs on her mind, you see. That is what you want to know, yes? The story is troubling to hear, and even more troubling to relate. Before I tell it, you must promise me that you will be her strength in the days to come. Of course, anything to help a friend. Dazar, her beloved husband, was killed. When the veil of chaos descended upon the world, he fled into the jungle and transformed into one of those terrible beasts. He returned here as a monster. Where my sister, Shapa, met his wrath, neither of them survived the ensuing struggle. I was there as well. Despite his monstrous form, I knew it was Dazar. I froze in terror while Shapa stood undoubted. She fought alone for my cowardice. It was my fault she died. I know this, and yet I laid the blame on Pazarin's shoulders. I lashed out at her, cursing her for her husband's cowardice. When we both should have comforted the other in mourning, I turned my back on her. I left her to bear the burden of not one but two deaths. It is only natural that she would be hesitant to look after another, given that I was a fool to condemn Pazarin, when it was my duty to protect the people here. I have wanted nothing more than to apologize since that day, but I fear my words were too cruel to forgive. I cannot stand to meet her gaze. It was a difficult time for everyone. We often lose ourselves in moments of crisis, but so long as we find our way back, we are worthy of forgiveness. Shapa would agree, I'm sure. She wouldn't blame you for what happened, nor would she want you to blame yourself. Bazarin the place feels the same. You are right. I must apologize to her. That is the only course. Qyorria, was it? I will speak with Bazarin, but I require some time to master my courage. Soon, I promise. The sins we bear, okay. Thank you for lending an ear to my troubles, Qyorria. If you are willing, there is a place I would travel to and wish for you to come accompany me. Administering to my duties may help calm my nerves. To that end, I mean to inspect the temples for signs of disrepair. After we have finished, I hope to find the courage to once again look Bazarin in the eyes. With all the monsters about, most of my attentions of late has been focused on finding and protecting those who have fled. With the arrival of the Radiant host, however, there is finally time to attend to this long neglected duty. I too ask that you go with Sula, knowing that their only place as are being cared for may set these people's heart at ease. Even an ounce of comfort is precious in these trying times. Much appreciated. Would that I could join you, but I'm afraid an alchemist's tools are little use against fangs and claws. That doesn't mean I'll stand idly by, however, I'll remain here and continue making medicine for the children. My arms may be clumsy with sword and shield, but there are a few more adroit with mortar and pestle. We are blessed indeed to have a pair of such as looking after us. Well then, let us begin the battle. Our first destination shall be Qyorria, to the southeast. It is a bit of a trek, so make the proper arrangements before departing. Okay. It has been some time since I have set foot in this hallowed ground. In times bygone, there were even more such places in this region, but many were moved to Vanaspati. On one of the divinities worshipped here, where this was passed down, that we might send off or departed with its wisdom. Just as life leads to death, so too does death lead to life. Do not shed tears for the departed, for they have but set foot upon a new journey. Be not forlorn that your paths have diverged, but look forward with joy to the day that they might cross again. For as long as I can remember, I followed in my sister's footsteps. In her absence, I have felt lost. Whenever I think to forge a path of my own making, my legs become heavy and my heart becomes anxious. Your sister will want you to move forward. No, sometimes standing still offers a new perspective. I say that. Thank you, Qyorria. He has a generous soul, and to have your wisdom to behoy, I don't know that word, me, to behoy me is more than I deserve. Would that I could open my heart to Bazarin in such a way. This part of the temple appears to be well kept. Let us check the other side, shall we? This area is in ghastly shape. Scratches here and cracks there. Will you help me investigate further? We will cover more ground by searching separately. I shall search around this area. I'll trust you to do your due diligence. Okay, that's done. Are you finished? Or is it as bad as it looks? I see, this may have been the site of a battle or some other horrible conflict. I must do what I can to see it repaired. Though this temple may be remote, the devout do come here on occasion to offer their prayers. Thank you for helping me today. This has helped me forget the crisis that plague us, reminded me of simpler times when we would look after the roads and protect the pilgrims on their journeys. I ever looked forward to settling out on patrol with my sister by my side, but I must find a way to manage with that, to set foot upon my own path. My first step must be to apologize to Pasarin, even if she may refuse it. No more distractions. That being said, if you were by my side, it may be all the easier for me to find the right words. So back to Pazarin, I believe. In Palaka's stand. Oh, hello, Qyorria and Sula. I take it your patrol was fruitful. I've just administered a soothing salve to Pazarin's child. She is sleeping soundly now, so her speaking should not wake her. Pazarin, I'm sorry. I should not have said all of those terrible things before. I wasn't in my right mind. It was my fault my sister was killed. I stood frozen in fear when Dazar attacked. Yet when it was all over, I placed the blame on you. I was a fool. No, Sula, you were right. It was I who couldn't ease his troubles. It was my fault he succumbed to the despair that gnawed at his heart. We have all lost something during this tragedy, though no one's fault but fate. There is a reason in your answer, of course, but forgiveness of the self is no simpler matter. I am overjoyed to speak with you again, Sola. However, I'm afraid I need more time to come to terms with everything that has occurred. Would that I knew how much Pazarin was suffering, I could have been there to comfort her. Perhaps there is something I can do now, something to set her upon the right path. It is plain that Pazarin is not yet ready to forgive herself, but I am at a loss as to what we should do. Do we leave her be, or is there some way we can help? I, for one, will not stand idly by while she suffers alone. And perhaps if she had something to remind her of her beloved, she would more easily accept his loss. Pazarin never did have the chance to say her farewells. Qyorria, I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more. Will I have it? Yes. Tapizar shall be in your debt again, but it is well worth it. During the chaos, most of us fled northwest to the bridge. Let us retrace those steps and we may find something that belongs to Dazar. Pick up anything that catches your eye, and we can share what we have found once we reach the bridge. Okay. Thank you for all you have done for Silas thus far, Qyorria. Our spirits are already much improved for your efforts. Let's hope that we can effect the same change in Pazarin. Dazar did enjoy his jewelry and baubles, so it isn't inconceivable that he may have dropped something as he fled. If you should spy anything glittering in the brush, it couldn't hurt to pick it up. Okay, we get attacked again. With the haphazard search, I found this necklace among the underbrush, one of Dazar's favorites, but it seems to be missing the jewel that made it shine so brilliantly. Ah, what's that in your hand? Why, this is it, the very jewel I spoke of. We make an excellent chip, eh? However, we cannot give this to Pazarin as it is. We must repair it first. To place Yezon will be able to learn his expertise in that respect. Let us return to the village and speak with him. Sola has told me all about your findings, quite excitably. In fact, She's gone to find materials so she can polish the necklace to a mirror sheen. As for the jewel, I believe I can take it off your hands for the time being. This repair should prove simple enough. Adhesive is one of the most elementary recipes. Once the necklace is in presentable shape, I'll bring Sula to visit Bazarin. Could you go ahead and tell her to wait for us? If we take longer than expected, I guess you can keep her enraptured with one of your grand tales. We are not that old. Cutscene. Oh, you have something for me? I don't recall asking you anything of you. Bazarin, I would like to have this. I would like you to have this, please. This is Dazar's necklace. Oh, he was so proud the day he bought this. How in the world did you find it? I had not but memories to remind me of him, but the sight of this makes me feel that he isn't so far away after all. There is nothing I can do to change the past, but I can work to help give us both a brighter future. This was the least I could do, and I could not have done it without the help of these two. Thank you for this gift, truly, and for your wise words. I see now that you are right. We mustn't let the tragedies of yesterday keep us rooted in place. All it takes is a simple step forward, but you must want to take it. Well said, well said. Might I add that wounds heal more quickly when a salve is applied to them. When we endure the pain they cause, they rot. We must take action to see them healed and rest when we are tired. Only when our energy returns can we move forward carefully, one step at a time. Yes, one step at a time. Yezan, if it is not too much trouble, could I help to care for the child? The scars of recent strategy are yet too fresh for me to take care of her entirely by myself, but even so, that doesn't mean I cannot assist in some small way. I have my own child to look over, of course, but still, if you were to take the child under your wing, I would be happy to assist you whenever you needed me. For the time being, I could be a wise nurse. Any medicine she requires would be your responsibility, I suppose. Together we can see that she emerges from her affliction as any newborn babe. That's a splendid idea, I must admit. I could hardly think of a better arrangement myself. I shall hunt and bring food for the child that she might grow to be strong like her father and mother. That is what Shapa would do, and one step at a time I shall make her proud. The emptiness I feel at Dazar's loss will take some time to fill, but I believe in time I will heal you will want me to heal. Allow me to thank you once more again for all you have done. We owe you more than we can repay. Now I would like to see the child for myself. I'm not one for the subtleties of conversation, but I'd say that went as well as could be expected, wouldn't you? Now come back to my workshop, there is something I'd like to give you. Another cutscene. Truth be told, I had already to raise a child myself, but the prospect of having a helping hand is comforting indeed. I suppose the true work starts from here, huh? I'm glad to finally have good news to share with Qyorria and Mevan. I've been so occupied with stretching the sick and injured that I've had little time to think of the departed. My friends really are gone, but I can still honor their memory. If anything has become clear from recent events, it is that the people of this settlement must speak with one another about their troubles. Solitary thoughts so quickly turn dark. I'm more than capable of treating the wounds we can see, but it takes a community to heal those that are hidden. I admit the later prospect may take some time for me to become accustomed to. Don't be so hard on yourself, your present puts others at ease. I didn't mean to get myself entangled into such serious matters when I set out to speak with Pazarin. So much for that relaxing life I was looking forward to. Regardless, I apologize for dragging you along all this time, even though I hoped we would have arrived at such an amicable conclusion without you, so I retract my apology. As our parents are no longer with us, I must do my utmost to raise their child in a way that would meet with their approval. I owe my friends that much. And so that's over for the preliminary quest for the Beast Tribe, I think. A budding adventure. Not yet. Okay. Qyorria, just the one I was hoping to see. Now that I've had the opportunity to speak with more of the people here, I realize their plight is even more dire than I had imagined. The recent crisis has caused the flow of supplies to grind to a halt, and the people can scarcely meet their daily needs. This would be the case even without the influx of refugees. One way we might alleviate this is to requisition a shipment from Yedli Mad, but the process takes precious time. I fear that many would starve before we see a single sack of grain. All of this is exacerbated by the lack of able-bodied fighters. The wounded are many, and there are few who have the strength and skill to guard us from the beasts lurking in the forest. The Radiant Earth would give their lives to protect us but every day more of them are injured. Bravery alone is only worth submerged in the face of overwhelming numbers. And while I am such appreciative of your help so far, I'm not so naive that as to think that you will remain here indefinitely. Had we another of your skill to aid us, we might at least stand a chance to weather the worst of this storm. However, my time at the Great Work was spent largely in solitude, and the people of this village know a little beyond its walls. And the people of this village know of little beyond its walls. But you have been for the furthest riches and back, yes. Do you know of anyone else who might lend their stout arm to humble folks? I know just such an adventurer, as fierce as I am, if not more so. I knew I could count on your wide web of storied personages. Ogul and Kankana, you say? I believe we may be able to kill 2 birds with one stone with that pair. Fortunately, my hands are full meeting the medicinal needs of the village. Seeing as you are already acquainted with these fellows, could you appeal to them on our behalf? I apologize for once again putting so much on your shoulders, but it is for the good of one and all. Can I count on your assistance? Of course. Thank you, friend. Well then, off to Yedlimad to meet this Kankana here. Safe travels, and I will pray that you return with good news. Oh my god. Takes so much time. Well, if it isn't Qyorria, I had wondered when you might walk through my door again. You will be pleased to hear young Rakashir has taken to adventuring like a thief to a coin purse. He is more than capable enough to assist me on my less arduous tasks. Indeed, his future is bright. However, as much as it heartens me to see you, I sense your visit isn't entirely motivated by your curiosity in our affairs, yes? I see. I did not know that Pakistan was beset by such troubles, but I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, all things considered. Naturally, I shall do all in my power to help a few words to the right people, and the merchant will have a shipment of supplies ready in a matter of bells. Inform this Yazan that aid is on the way, and for much less coin than the merchants would usually charge. This chaos has gripped all of Razatan, and it is only together that we shall find the strength to release ourselves from it. And if you require an adventurer, then look no further. The supplies require perhaps tools to defend them, correct? Then I offer mine. I will await you at the gates. Wait for me, I'm going to. I don't know where is it, but okay. Where is it? What? Okay. Kankana made good on her word. Not that I doubted she would. The merchants were likely all too eager to make such a sizable trade. They even provided us with bags and coats for the journey. And it appears Rakashi will be joining us. Try as I might to convince him otherwise, his mind is made up. Hopefully this will prove to be another learning experience for him. My grandmother always did say the road forward is paved with good deeds. The three of us shall see that no beast lays fangs or claw upon these provisions. There are more supplies to come, but they will be delivered by the Radiant host. We shall be the vanguard, the bringers of salvation for Palaga's stands. And with that, let us be off. Please, less talking and more fighting. I've been on these quests for hours, more than an hour. Ah, a fight. Finally, some actions. That was a splendid display indeed. Your bravery never ceased to. I've been such in I've never seen such a fierce warrior. Like I said, she's every bit of your equal. Children are so easy impressed, while Qyorria is indeed a formidable amateur. Your teacher has many great deeds to her name, and more yet to come. No, the village is not far. Let us march, and I challenge any monster to approach. Hold on, you forgot the supplies. Okay. Did you see that, Hakashi? Mark well how quickly that beast succumbed to the flurry of blades, in no small part thanks to this brave Arkasodara. Ah, so this is the adventure that Yezan spoke of. Not since my last hunt with sister have I fought so effortlessly with another. Never have I felt so invigorated to have such a mighty Arkasodara fighting by my side. How do you keep it up? Just watching you has me out of breath. Endurance is the product of long hours of practice, lad. Well then, it seems my hunt is finished. Let us return to Pakistan before we draw attention of something deadlier. Nizan will be eager to speak with you upon your return. Do not keep him waiting for long. There you are. Sula told me you have brought both the supplies and the protection you promised. She is at present preparing the game she entered. She has promised to spare with me afterward. I am fast feeling that I have made the right choice in coming here. I'm grateful for it, alas. It will do Sula good to have your energizing presence by your side. I understand that there are yet more supplies to come. I must find a way to thank the merchants and the one who spurred them into action. Ankana, was it? She will spare no effort to see Razatan rebuilt. It seems we have found a reliable ally, thanks to you. Oh, teacher, don't forget, we should ask the journal we found. Yes, of course. I was just about to mention it. The beast Sula and I felt was holding fast to this. Perhaps you know who its owner is. this by the Manusia. Manusia. Yes, I do in fact know who penned this journal. They were dear friends of mine. Unfortunately, they didn't survive the tragedy that befell us. I see. I am sorry for your loss. Thank you. Luckily, their memory lives only. Sorry. Thank you. Luckily, their memory lives in their child and know this journal. When she comes of age, I show this to her, that she might come to know who her parents were. Life is but a string of meeting and farewells. It is your memories that sustain us, that give us life. In this way, those whose journey has ended watch over those with the strength to step forward into a new day. Of all the wisdom grandmother passed down, I hold this to be the most precious. Memories are the greatest treasure that we can leave behind. Your grandmother had a way with words. She could have taught even the divinities a thing or two. I dare say you may be right, young Rakashir. I am not half so wise as she was, but her sage advice has been a beacon which has always guided me through. Okay. Am I done yet? Truth be told, I first accompanied you to repay the debt I owed. Our grandmother would have wanted. I see now, however, that fate intended for me to be here. In Sula I have met a comrade in arms, and in Rakashir I have found a capable and eager student. For both their sake, I must strive ever to be better than the day I was before. Perhaps I should take up the art of dance. The fierce display of the Sekisei-gumi compelled me to set down my spear and take up the katana. But the grace and deadliness with which the dancers throw their weapons as a charm are all its own. Some measure of peace has returned to the Matanga, and I believe my skills will put to better use here. An adventurer must court challenge after all. My teacher has a daring spirit. It's slightly reckless, but no, worry not. I'll make sure she doesn't come to harm. Have you listened to a single word I have said, Rakashir? You have no notion of the danger I must bribe deadly. For now, you should be content to all the great deeds and learn from them. However, your adventure will soon take you far from here, Qyorria. Rest assured, I shall safeguard the people of Palakastan in your stead. I look forward to hearing your tales of your exploits. Well then, the first order of the day is to attune to the Azerite and gather information. Jot this lesson down, young Rakashir, for these are the fundamentals of adventuring. Come now. Our lack of supplies was weighing heavily on my mind. I feel for both Pazarin and the child, but for the first time in a long while, I can breathe easily. Go's presence had proven to be a salve on Sula's mood as well. She loved as she hasn't since her sister passing. We both have you to thank for our reversals of fortune. Even the departed have benefited from August's arrival. The delivery of the journal was an unexpected boon, and it will doubtless prove to be vital in raising the child. When she becomes old enough to understand its content, she will come to know the deep love her parents bore for her, a love so steadfast that it will shield her from the world's cruelty. Of course, I intend to tell her about all about your part in the salvation as well. But for now, there is work to be done for both of us, I'm sure. Wheresoever your travels may take you, don't forget the friends you have in this corner of Stavnir. And lastly, be safe. If you die before I can repay the debt I owe you, I'll hunt you through the 7th hell until the ledger is balanced. So let's see it doesn't come to that, huh? Okay. Can I know? Okay. Alright, that was the first part of the unlock for the Arkasodara Tribe. It is already a long video, so I want to make the Arkasodara part on the next one. So this was part 0 kinda, and so the next video will be about the real unlock of Arkasodara Tribe. This quest was preliminary, so you had to complete them in order to actually unlock the quest for Arkasodara Tribe. Thank you kindly for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and thank you again.